Hi guys, I was just about to go to have some fishing here. Steam is installed, and let's convey this tip and please share it with others because people seem to have troubles installing ArcoLinux, and it's so simple on ArcoLinux, right? It's just a, well, ArcoLinux Meta Steam. Remember to share it, and it's all that simple on our system. We have a bunch of software that comes in, but now it's just a group that's already there, so reinstalling is not needed. Steam is logged in. Fishing Planet, I was going to go there, but somebody said, Eric, I've just made a video of ArcoLinuxD and Larbs. Now the thing is, we can get rid of this. We've installed already ArcoLinuxD in our first attempt, and there was a particular application that was out of date. There was a link that was not working, and there was a task-spooler, I think it was called, and somebody made a comment on YouTube channel, hey, it's fixed. So thanks to the flag it out of date thing, right? So do remember that if you want to have a system, an AOR environment, then that always works. We have to do something. We have to create an account on AOR Arch Linux and tell people, tell the maintainers, and if they have the time, they will fix it. So we were stuck at a particular place. Let's see if that's solved. Continue, let's go. Voila, and let's close the door. So if you're wondering where this is coming from, right? Take a look at the previous video. It's all about having ArcoLinuxD ISO, which is that's the one, task-spooler. I'm afraid we're still stuck on number 54. Oh, cool, we passed, right? So 55 of 61, it was in a temp file, a CSV, which is actually kind of Excel kind of format. And we're over it, which means that hopefully my trial 2 will be the most minimal ArcoLinux plus the scripts of Larbs, and you can run Larbs in anything, right? ArcoLinux flagship, ArcoLinuxD, ArcoLinuxB, any of the Bs, 20 ISOs, Arch Linux, or anything Arch Linux based, right? It's just a script, it runs lines. And we wait. Finally installing to enable color emoji in suckless software. Fine. So what it does, what we all do. Congrats. Let's read, right? Successfully. Good word. Log out, log back in. Start X. Okay. Right? We know what to do. So what I was saying, I don't know what I was saying anymore. It's already late at night, but running scripts is choosing. Sometimes they say choosing is losing. Hey, there are so many Arch Linux and ArcoLinux packages out there. You need to choose something, right? You need to take something as a choice, as a Firefox or as a browser, as an editor. Code, Atom, Genie, all right? It's up to you. It's entirely up to you. And this setup might be one, beautiful, adequate, not your liking, never gonna use it, right? It's all opinions. Everybody has his own opinion, and this is this particular setup of DWM of Luke. So Luke's happy with it. If you're happy with it, that's great, right? Now I have to learn everything. I wouldn't know how to do these things. This seems to work already. That's the super shift enter. So I found already something, which basically I can, oops, yeah, update does not exist, right? Things have changed. This is ZSH. Okay, is NeoFetch installed? So do we see ZSH? Yeah, shell ZSH 5.8. So we've changed. What we normally do is have a bash, right? But basically, he made the decision for me, right? And at some point in time, you'll arrive to the conclusion that you say, I want to make that decision for me. Others do not have to make these decisions. And the terminal font, Joy Pixels, you like it, you hate it, right? Art, Gruff, Box, and the terminal is ST. Maybe you liked Alacrity, maybe you like Termite, etc., etc., right? Choices, it's all about choices. We can move this about with super pressed in and then the left mouse click. I can click on this thing, I guess. No, let's try a super space, super shift. That's working. That's super shift space, right? Super shift space. And when I do another, Control Alt Enter is not working. Super shift Enter deleted something, I think. Control Alt T, which one was it again? Let's try to find it again. Ah, that's the one. So super shift enter, and it's all different, and that's cool, right? Everybody is making it their own DWM, but we need to figure out what his thing is, right? LL maybe. It's not found, of course. LSAL. So I see Larbs SH, config shell profile. Okay, config shell profile. The question is, right, cd.config ls. I see calcurs, dunst, fonkif, gconf, mpd, neofetch is there, newsboat, pulse, shell, tmux, wall, ww. The question is, where is DWM itself, right? No idea, really. So, we gotta look for it. We gotta find it. So, that's not gonna be easy. Sudo pacman -q. And is there something called DWM on board? Not really. And where is it coming from? Target not found. Okay. Sudo pacman -syyuu. Okay, that's working. And now you're telling me that -s DWM doesn't work, which is still coming from AWAR, right? Yay WM. And we have our configuration, they're all there, and this is DWM. Question is, where the heck did you put the DWM, right? Control C, because that's a lot of D's. It is installed, DWM blocks is installed, but where is the configuration of it all? If I wanted to change some colors, if I wanted to do some things, I want to rearrange things, right? Then I'm wondering, where are my settings? It doesn't help me to open up nano and then user bin DWM, right? It's not, well, it's not existing. That's strange. So it must be somewhere else. Sudo pacman -q o. The question is then, where? User bin. Nope. So it's not in the user bin. How about the user local bin? What's in there? Our stuff, but also DWM. So I did find the DWM already. That's something, some progress. No package owns, so it's not really installed with a package as it is in ArcoLinux. We have an ArcoLinux, where are you? Here, line number 3, right? ArcoLinux DWM git is the configuration and is the application. Already 40 versions of it. So we have the end result, right? But like I wanted to show you, user local bin DWM. If you want to enter this, whoa, right? Nothing to see here. It's a compiled desktop. It's an application. It's not editable. We can't change it with just a number somewhere. So the code. Should we find the code online? Maybe. Maybe it's already on the system, maybe it's not on the system, I have no idea. And I'm not gonna find out either. There are other things to do in life. Just having some fun, showing you. Main message is whatever you want to install. If it's Arch Linux based, you can put it on your machine, right? And there are many other people out there with their own DWM, Larbs, and so other people. So Luke's Smith here. But like, I think it's Super P, no. Alt P, no. So where are my keyboard shortcuts? How can I read my keyboard shortcuts? Okay, no. So I'll just type in Firefox. Be done with it. So Luke Smith or Larbs. Let's have a look. I agree. Ooh, I don't have fonts in here, right? No fonts. This is what you get. Maybe you like this. All right, my own personal, my special build. It will install my special build. So basically, yep, we're gonna need this. We're gonna need the config H. And here I can already read a little bit. So border pixel 3, is that 3? Might be. I've done 5 in the past. It was a bit more. And then horizontal inner gap between windows. That's what was it again? Oh, that's not the button. Damn. Super Shift Enter. Keep away of Super Shift Enter. That was oh my god, all these other keyboard shortcuts. Got something back. So the horizontal inner gap between windows, the vertical inner gap, etc., etc. Swallow floating smart gaps. One means no outer gap when there's only one window. So yeah, we want to have gaps also here. It's a bit strange in the sense that this is bigger than this, but that's what he wants, right? 20 and 10, I guess. Or 30 here. One of those, 20, 10, 10, 30. So lines 13, 12, 11, and 10 are defining the gaps. Some coloring. But basically, I was looking for keyboard shortcuts, right? So learn the keyboard shortcuts of somebody else. What we use is, of course, the ArcoLinux keyboards. The keyboard shortcuts are everywhere the same. Budgie, GNOME, you name it. 20 desktops, they're all the same. So we have set layout, some layouts that you can choose. The question is always, what's the mod key? Normally I would use Super. And then there is Shift and there is T. Nothing happens, so it can be Alt T. I'm opening my Firefox, probably not it. But it's, let's take an application that's easier to figure it out. Toggle scratch, increment, grab, gaps. So mod key, Super Z, is it? Okay, so now we know that mod key is Z. Probably defined up here somewhere, right? But I don't know all these things by heart, so by experimenting, trial and error, we've learned it too. Mod key is gonna be here somewhere. At the top, always. There you are, mod 4 mask. But what does it say to a normal person, right? So that's Alt. Cool. Now when I was increasing the gap, and increasing the gap was at the bottom somewhere. Was it Alt T? No. Increment, increment, increment. Basically you have to go over everything, set layouts, mod Shift F. So Alt Shift F is going to do that. God, learning somebody else's keyboards is not fun. So here I was at Z, that's true, Alt Z. That's what I was doing, I think, no? Increment gaps and an X. That's dangerous. So it's super, super X and super Z. We use super X to log out of a system. Every system out here, on every desktop we have is super X, and they get this beautiful icons to log out, to hibernate, to shut down, to reboot, and all that, right? So the black screen with the nice icons. Here it's something else, right? So it's very much choices. You see these choices: NVM, Newsboat, NCM PCP. Maybe you just are a Spotify listener, right? And not going inside a terminal to listen to music. But it's entirely up to you what you do with this configuration. And you can spend months making all kinds of changes. Let me end, because this is his thing, might be your thing. It's definitely not our thing. It's personal, always is. Tip, git, config h, and then DWM. There are so many configurations out there. Let's go ahead. How to customize DWM. Another Reddit. Okay, cool. Another here. Config dev h, dynamic sucklets, and so on. Patch this, patch that. There is so much to take a look at. Other people have maybe beautiful, I don't know, let's see if they have an image. So we're straight inside some codes here, and it's some clicking. You'll have to look for things you like. Sometimes you see an image, so you know already what you're gonna get. And to be honest, I started with i3 I think like 6 years ago, and we all start with a basic i3 config, right? But it grows. It's always becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's because you learn from others. When you read the code from others, you see sometimes a line that you say, oh, I want to have that too, right? And that's the thing. Learn with your eyes and compare with Melt, for example. Compare other people's scripts and configs, and get the best from others that you say, don't want that, but I do want this, right? So that's a good idea to Google particular files that are specific to Xmonad, PSPWM, awesome, and have a look what others do, right? Now I was thinking, it's 18 minutes. I was thinking the following, that we are on ArcoLinux. We have DWM from Larbs, right? I was talking about i3. Do we have a Control-Alt-E? It's not working. Maybe D menu is there. Let's have a look. Control-Find, D menu. We need to do super, what's this graph? Escape. So one of those, this one, that one, that one. I did something here. Something pops up. I guess I need to close it again. So that's 4 in my case. D menu, it's not popping up anywhere. Or did I miss it? Graph, is that this one? No idea. So the D menu, I don't know how to launch it. So X graph, so it's one of the keys, and it's with super. I suppose D menu code is installed, but supposing is dangerous in our line of work, right? Is D menu installed? There is D menu, and there is D menu run. So I could do a D, oh come on, my fingers were not positioned correctly. I can do this one. So I run it right like this. So some kind of keyboard shortcut. Maybe if I go down here, Control Find. Super F is for us full. Ah, look at that, Super F by accident. Super F is full screen. I just want to say full screen is Super F. So the same here. Yeah, I was thinking about the menu run. Maybe that's somewhere here. Aha, there you are. So Super D. So it's about reading, Super D, and trying, and remembering, right? In our case, this is Super Shift D, and I believe we have also kept Super P, the original one. All right, I was going to do the following. How do I kill this thing? Super Q is working, cool. And then I was thinking of going to open. Come on, Eric, think. Yeah, that was it. Super enter. Whew, all these different keyboard shortcuts. I was thinking of seeing, is the ArcoLinux tweak tool installed? Right? No. So sudo pacman -s ArcoLinux tweak tool. All right. Now in our case it's Ctrl-E in all 20 systems, or desktops, but here I better launch it from here. And I'll get, well, to a safe zone, if we can call it like that. Yeah, okay. Sudo. There you go. And we can immediately install with just a click. Get Awesome, for instance, in. Now I need to figure out how to get out of here, right? So we have a month here, we have this, what's that, network tweak. All right, and now what's this? Click, click, click. Things happen when I click here. The clouds are coming, and so on, and so on. Ah, there's even a click to update the system, I guess. I don't know. Is my password not correct? Yeah. Okay, enter to exit. Super Q, Super Q, Super Q, Super Q. I need to get out, right? Log out. How do I log out? This is Super X I'm pressing. And Super T was the other one? No. That's the switch, switching it around. Oh no. Super E is actually mail. Mail does not exist. Okay. Super Q, 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 Q. All right. Logging out. Sorry guys, Control R. Boom. Reset VirtualBox. Spent enough time in it. Let's hope. Ah yeah, probably gonna be a StartX thing. Yep, it's a StartX thing. So super enter was it? Sudo pacman -s light dm. Getting that in. Let's install the one from ArcoLinux, right? Not the one from us. We have an ArcoLinux Light DM and an ArcoLinux Light DM greeter settings. Let's not do that. This is nice and beautiful. And this is the original one. So Light DM is installed. You need to have the GTK greeter. And if you want to change things to it with a graphical user interface. I think I made some typos here. Yeah, there we go. Light DM. It's always best to tap. Then you make less mistakes. So I'm gonna install not the ArcoLinux one, the Light DM one. And now I'm gonna enable it. Because I want to go to Awesome. Enable. There's other ways, I know, but it's good to see that we can now sudo reboot. Does not know sudo reboot. Remember, we are in ZSH from Larbs, not in bash from ArcoLinux or ZSH from ArcoLinux. It's all overwritten by Larbs. And there is your beautiful look from ArcoLinux, right? A nice black screen with a little white thing up here, and awesome is there. Oops, look at that. So DWM does not exist for LightDM. It's not there because, and that's very simple, it's interesting to show you, and then I'm gonna stop. User, share, X sessions. You have to make sure that anything, any desktop you wanna show on LightDM, SDM, GDM, MDM, LXDM, right? It needs to have a desktop file. And why I'm saying that? Ls, it's called .desktop, right? Awesome .desktop. What is this actually? Preferences. Okay, XFC terminal. And then we close the window. So basically we can't get to our DWM because of the fact that there is none. There is no user X sessions. Now, sorry for my what if, I wanted to stop, but I have a what if. That happens. You know that it happens. No, they have not created a DWM in here. So we did create one, and that's why we can select it when we begin. When we log out, Super X, and that's what I mean, all these nice logos. Don't forget, there are more, lots of fine, beautiful icons out there. Let's do that as last thing then. Sudo pacman -s, it all looks different, right? Because we started with something else. So the configuration is still pretty much Larbs looks thing, right? Because it is governed by anything that's in here in the .config and anything that's in here in the .local. So this is not my look, right? It's his look. Now, what did I want to do? Yeah, I wanted to show you guys that we also have other logout elements, logout themes, because I'm actually a little bit proud, may I be a little bit proud of the fact that there are more, right? Lots of them. Now the Sardi icons are part of the look and the feel that you create. So when you have desktops and you choose the blood, so probably red, right? Sardi blood, then your icons will be looking like this. But what I really like, and I had a lot of fun with a little tablet and a pen, is designing runes, for example. That was fun, right? Just some runes that I googled and then draw it myself, and we have now a new look. And then here, Super X, another one I like, that I often use. That's the handy. Save settings, escape, Super X is also one that I like. Hey. All right, so it is a great world out there. Lots of possibilities. ArcoLinux as a base, and then do your thing with it, right? Have fun with it. All right, cheers.